What's happening, fellow YouTubers? Welcome back to my next episode of my Sky series, episode 27. And in my last episode, we seen this airport getting finally constructed, built and put down, which I was really happy with. So this is the area we are going to concentrate this episode on. We're going to be building some commercial housing, we're going to build mixed housing, we're going to build residential housing, plus some areas. And this is how it's going to turn out. Yes, I've also added a custom graveyard, so stay very tuned for that. But before we start that, why don't you check out my other socials, my Blue Sky, my X and my TikTok, where I'm posting stuff on them as well. I also have my Twitch account where I go live, not all the time, but just to tidy up some of my builds that I do. So why not head over there as well? All links will be in the description below. As always though, we start off with our road layout. Now I do change the layout out just a little bit, so take this road layout with a pinch of salt. Also, before I move on though, why not hit that like button if you are liking this episode, or even better, hit that subscribe button as well, folks. It would really mean a lot to me. Now, as you know, I do like the US packs, and for this episode, for this series should I say, I think it fits in really well. So I've put in a lot of these medium residential housing down here, which they turned out really good. I used some of Dom's parking here as well, as you can see. And I've also changed, this is where I've changed the road layout a wee bit, because I come up, brought this road over like so, but then I didn't have a gap in between my house and there. I wanted a nice gap so I could put a nice pathway down. I plop this high school just quickly before anything else, and then I just plop these houses down like so. I also done the same to this side as the other side. I actually put the parking down as well. Now in this episode I actually don't finish this side. If you had seen there, if you had spotted the map with the coastline was dipped down a little bit, I've got plans for another episode with that, so stay tuned for that. With this part though, I did use one of Elgendo's paving surfaces here, which comes in really handy. This fits in well to this sort of area, this build actually. Elgendo's paths are just on point here. Also, the link to Elgendo's PDX account will be in the description below, and some other mods that I do use in this episode, so why not go down there. If you play the game, check them out. There's a lot of good modders kicking about for the game now, so it's really helpful to us creating cities like this. Once I had put all the Dom's parking down, I then went in to my extra assets tool, and I just found some static noises decals. So I decaled up the parking area here, which you can see. And then I just went in and got a dirt surface here. So this is a gravel surface, another one of Elgendo's mods. And I just placed it down like so. And it gives it a really nice touch here. Now I spent ages trying to think about what surface can I put down here. And I was looking at just plopping decals down for surfaces. But I realised putting just decals down every so long away the road, it all looked the same. So I was like, no, let's go back and let's have a look, see if any Elgendo's mods work here. And the gravel surface does, so I'm quite happy with that. So stay tuned for that. And folks, leave a comment down below and I will get back to you. What's your thoughts? What's been your favourite episode so far in the Sky series? Has it been episode 25 with the football stadium build? What about the mass detailing in episode 1? Or has it been the massive cargo hub that I built on episode 16, which was a 3-parter by the way. So if you haven't seen that, go and check that out. So while I'm detailing up here, I thought I'd take this opportunity to just to say thank you to every single one of you that has subscribed to my channel so far. It really means a lot, and it pushes me to do more of this content, so I'm just loving it. One thing that I am going to be doing though, as I am going to be jumping over at my Twitch channel very soon, and I am going to be finishing off some details within Sky, so stay tuned for that. So this is me just finishing off the last of the details for this little area here. I put these little bushes underneath the trees here, and then I do put the big oak trees just to the left hand side of these buildings here. I want to keep a gap between the building and the tree because I want a path going right behind them. And speaking of path, I do finally put the path behind the houses here, and then I join it on to the surface just linking the street onto this back little alleyway. Now folks, this is where I'm going to speed things up. I am going to bounce out. I will drop back in very, very soon. So I'll see you in just one moment. Just jumping back in here, folks. Now, I haven't actually done a detailed graveyard in City Skylines 2, so this is a first. So, all I done was, went into Elgendo's dirt mods again, and I used my parallel road tool. Wow, brownie points for me for saying that. And as you can see, I've lined them up very, very nicely. Came me a wee while to find out where the gravestones were. I knew they were kicking about somewhere, which wasn't too bad. So I tried using my line tool, but it just wasn't working out, so I just had to freehand all the way. I actually enjoyed doing this, doing something a little bit different, putting in a custom graveyard next to the crematorium, but it was really good. Now, I'm sure Clovis brought this up on his stream last week. How good would it be to like have you could create your own like gravestones with like a surface? You know how you can put down a path surface or a dirt surface, and then so many graves spawn within that surface. I think that would be really cool actually. And speaking of Clovis, I will post a link in the description below to his Twitch account. Why not go over there and check him out? He's really helped me push some of my content out, so thank you very much, Clovis. I appreciate all the work you do for me, not only for me but for the community as well. So a big shout out to ClovisGrunty. After I've done that though, folks, I put this little tomb-like looking building down here up at the edge here, and I filled it with some static noises surfaces, well, decal surfaces here. And after I've done that, I just put the paths in just so our citizens can walk up and down, and that was followed by me putting this grass surface down as well. I do run some trees to the left hand side here as well. I put the hedge all the way down, and as you can see, I am not using the British hedge for once, so yeah, it doesn't look too bad to be fair. The graveyard's coming on really, really well. So once I'd fixed the surface up to the pavement like so, I then put a wall right along there just to enclose the cemetery. Once that was completed, I finished the cemetery off by just adding some trees, adding some bushes, making it look like a cemetery. Yeah, I'm actually quite happy the way this has turned out. I was going to put more headstones up at the top there, but I didn't bother in the end. And there we go, the last of the remaining trees, and there is our custom built cemetery. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, I'm going to bounce out now, and I'm going to speed things up just a little bit. I'll be with you just one moment. And just jumping back in here, folks, got something a little bit special for you. So this little cafe or restaurant, in fact it'll be a cafe, has now landed, and guess what? Chirpy's Chinos is finally in Sky. We've got Chirpy's Churros, we've now got Chirpy's Chinos. By the way, all these decals can be found in the link in the description below. Chaosfun's done an amazing job adding these into game. Great little fit into the game. Have you landed your Chirpy's Chinos yet? Have you landed your Chirpy's Churros yet if you play the game? Let us know in the comments below. Just jumping back in here, folks. Now, hindsight's a wonderful thing. Looking at this, now that I've completed this area, I wish I'd put curbs down here because I don't like the way the surface meets the road. And I also don't like the point as well from the surface on the junction, which you'll see very shortly again. So I will probably change this little area up in a live stream, or even maybe my next episode I might jump back to this area because I'm not the biggest fan of it. Once I've done that, I use the Wohrle, Decor, Nature and Ocean Decal Pack by HerissonFR, which by the way the link will be in the description below, so check that out. But suits this area really nicely, I think. Finishing off this area, I am just putting some of these little bushes on the top here just to give it a little bit, just to be a little bit creative and all that. Anyway, I'll jump back in just one moment. So this is where I'm jumping back in here, folks. I forgot to hit record. Yes, epic fail. As you can see to the right here, I've put some markets, put some stalls, put some seating area, and I've created that lovely little stadium build, as you can see there. But again, forgot to hit record, folks, so I do apologise. And as you can see, I have put some very low commercial buildings down here, because I want a little marketplace down by this area. And then delete this wall here to the left. I thought about bringing the surface right over the road, but I thought no, because the delivery vehicles will end up coming up there. So I just worked around the road. I also put bollards down as well, or makeshift bollards. It's just basically the tram poles, but you'll see that round here, the finished product, just shortly. Also obviously put that paved or cobbled sort of stone down as well. And it looks not too bad. I just wanted to create something, instead of putting like a building down, I just wanted to create some space where citizens can freely walk. Massive, like, big plaza areas. Next up, so earlier you seen my Chirpy's Chino's Cafe entering the city, and we're having our second franchise here just on this little, the end of this little market. So yes, that's another Chirpy's Chino's being added into this build at the very end here. I think it looks really, really tidy. Nice little stall. So, and again, these decals can be found in the link in the description below. Chaosfun is your man. And after that, I put 3 massive billboards here. We've got Chirpy's Chino's on the left, Chirpy's Churros on the right, and we've got a massive, massive Delta sign just there promoting some travel, may I add. Over here, I just recolour some of these buildings as well. I didn't like the whole browny colour, but they get coloured in as well. After that, I put a modern like art museum down as well. Just look at that building, just to try and draw in a crowd in this area. I finish it off by putting some trees. As you can see, it's a green city. Love my trees in the city. After I've done that, I've got demand for high residential area, so I decided just to plop, like paint some high res down and see where this takes me, see what happens. And it wasn't too bad, to be fair. Got a couple of new high rises there, which is fine. And I've just basically got this gap that I now need to fill. So, need to fill this gap. Just to the right hand side, a Chirpy's Churros. I grab one of Elgendo's surfaces, and all I'm doing is just putting it all the way up there. Eventually. And I just curl it around. I'm just filling in a space. What can I utilise this space for? Instead of keeping it empty, just put in paths, put in dirt surfaces, or do something. Obviously finish it off by putting a fence along this side, and when I go back I do a hedge on the other. And again, I'm just finishing it off by adding trees, adding a lot of green to my city. As you are well aware, I've got a lot of green in this city, which I'm a big fan of. And again, folks, I am just filling a gap. Like I said before, I take away that high residential plop in there. And I do put a surface around here as well. I put a wall around this building, as you can see here. Also put some seating around here, which you'll be able to see very, very shortly. Obviously, you can't forget to put your paths in, folks. Otherwise, your citizens, they're just not going to walk down them. So you really do need them. Moving on just a little bit, once I've put the grates down, move the grates into place, I then just fire some trees down, like so. And in between the trees, I put some lovely seating areas so our citizens can maybe enjoy the world go by at their leisure. And just behind Chirpy's Churros, I add another car park for a little commercial area that I had in there for a little while. So it was well needed. And I just fill in the spaces with, again, some bees. I find this lovely looking corner theatre, which looks the part, and then I mistakenly deleted one of my buildings behind it. I completely pushed the wrong button. So now it's back to the drawing board with this area. As you can see, my citizens, I don't think they were too impressed. However, the big high rises, they all move into. So I obviously went on to my find it mod, and I just got these lovely Japanese sort of buildings here, and I just basically plopped them down. So it doesn't look too bad, to be fair. It's just a quick fix. Going back to the theatre, I just add a couple of decals at the side and at the front of the building, like so. And then once I've done that, I put this hotel just at the side of the museum, like so, with a couple of parking spaces. I then extend the surface coming out of the art museum, just so there's like a path going around the side of the building of the hotel for citizens to walk. With the lovely grassy area, a couple of trees, a couple of bushes, and yeah, easy going, looks the part. And then I finally finish off this car park that I done in my last episode, in episode 27. I'm not gonna lie guys, I actually forgot about the car park. It wasn't until I was doing this episode and I was like, oh my days, the car park next to obviously the commercial area. So I put some trees down, I just make it look pretty. And that is a wrap, folks, on this episode. We are done and dusted. Look at this custom graveyard that I've created in game. I think it looks absolutely outstanding. So we've dropped a lot of medium residential housing, we've dropped a lot of commercial area, built a nice wee plaza area, built our 3 basketball courts for leisure. I think it looks really good. And if you did like this video and you are still here, why not hit that little thumbs up? It would be greatly appreciated. And even better, hit that subscribe button if you're feeling a little bit more generous. But I'm going to leave you with some of the flyovers of this build. Again, stay tuned for my next episode drop in, as I do plan on finishing the opposite side of this build as well. So, well, that's it for me. You've been watching me, Bearded Brune, and until next time, happy gaming.